Driver shoot, sister. This is chapter 10. Vic Benedict's here to take you through this video game. We're playing Max Payne 3 on hardcore difficulty. So now we have Giovanna with us. So we're escorting her to a location where Passos can pick her and us up. Now Giovanna is going to be on the other side of this bus here, and don't worry, you don't have to protect her one bit. It is going to be annoying hearing her scream so often, so I suppose if you wanted to go into the audio options, you could probably take that screaming mode off. It might disable some of the other sound effects here, but we're starting off with just a pistol here, and there's a couple of really hard fights in this chapter. I gotta admit, I've really got to admit that, because up till now, some of the fights, they're bordering on challenging, but these are legitimately hard fights. Not this one, the next one though. Giovanna, I think that's her name. She's over there. She's pregnant actually, so the stakes are even higher here. And it turns out that she and Passos are lovers, and they're trying to build a future for themselves. And Max is all for that. I love Max Payne, just the character. He's such a great anti-hero. And I've never even played Max Payne games before, but something about this character, it just really makes me like it, and not necessarily want to be like him, but yeah, that was a bad angle right there. But anyway, we all have our heroes. This part here, what I like to do, because there's a couple of snipers there, and they'll one-hit kill you, so you've got to just take those guys out real quick. And I think that's the end of this whole business over here, just those two snipers. But we do have another sniper in the next section who has to be dealt with very promptly, or you can't deal with the situation. And when I say situation, I mean it's a tough fucking fight coming up. So pretty much I would say there's this fight, and then there's another one coming up that's tough, and then the final fight's pretty tough too. So what I like to do is go at an angle here, shoot that guy up there, take him out with the Uzi, and then land kind of close to the cover. There are gas tanks. See those fuel tanks right there for the buses? Those can be exploded. So I'm gonna let's see if anybody gets ignited. You want to ignite some fools right there, and it looks like, see now that guy saw close to the fuel tank, so he got ignited, and that was good. And it looks like I only got one guy killed, and that was a shame. Another big issue here is those assholes throwing the grenades at you. I experimented with going on this piece of cover, and also over there behind the buses there's another piece of cover. It's just a tough fight. I can't tell you any more than that, so you're gonna have to play well here. And it's tough because these guys like to rush you, and with blind firing, and I say that with imaginary quotations around those words, because it's not really blind firing in this game when he exposes his shoulder over the piece of cover, and you can get clipped. And getting clipped on this mode, see that right there? This was a really close call, so I had to do the shoot dodge, and fortunately I think this was the last guy right over here. If not, then he was pretty close to the end right there. Oh, see that? I got tagged. See how hard this is? There's situational awareness, but they can take it really too far in this game, where it's just, they're all over the place. See this guy? Wow, it's crazy how hard that part is. And I think I had to use a couple painkillers, maybe 2 painkillers there. And fortunately I can restock one of my painkillers right here. There are not too many painkillers in this chapter, and they always seem to start you off with at least like 3 to 5, so you're not in that much peril. And you might also notice, and I really haven't even brained this up much, that I don't generally use the painkillers. I let the computer use them for me when I get tagged. So it's actually rare to see me. Oh yeah, I'll continue that in a minute. if you take all these guys out, you can get a trophy. And I got the trophy. I didn't even know you could get a trophy. I think you can also get a trophy for the other part when you're going up the chain in an earlier chapter. But this right here is a trophy for doing that, for clearing all the guys while hanging on the chain. So it's going to pop up right there, the only choice given. I don't know what that's alluding to, really. Anyway, so now we're going to collect... definitely pick up this FAL weapon, because we have another tough fight. I would say there's probably 4 tough fights in this whole chapter. Not even counting the one at the end. But since I had a lot of pain, pretty much just manage your painkillers. Don't, if you're not doing too well, start over. Just restart from checkpoint. And it just drives me crazy that you can't press restart from checkpoint when you're in the down but not out status. It pisses me off. This is fucking hard here. See the guy that I just shot right there? He always charges you, so make him a priority. You kind of have to make him a priority. I'm going to aim across the way and have this bus fall on that enemy right there. So that's one guy gone. There's just a lot of enemies here. And another good idea, if you want to just go, what you can do is shoot the switch to make the other bus fall to the right, and then hide behind that. But the problem is, you really can't hide behind it that well, because see this situation right here. I didn't expect to live this right here. So now I think I'm going to shoot that switch, and even though it wasn't to kill anybody, it was just for me to get some cover. But see, rolling into cover, still got tagged. So generally, they're not gonna come on. If you're over here, they're not gonna come to the left and to the right. It's pretty decent. So there's an incendiary device right there that killed that guy and possibly more guys. So it is nice because we have an area to the left where they could flank me, but they don't. They're kind of confused, actually. So they're just gonna come this way, and there's me just getting. Oh, you know what happened right there? And I'm not making excuses. I had to bat something out of my eye real quick, and I had some kind of bug in my eye or something when that guy was just rounding the bend, and I got fucked over. And I was doing well, and I said, just to hell with it. But that's how hard this game is. You can't even blink your eye when you're playing this game, lest something like that happens. This fight right here, I don't think... This is a little smoother of a fight as far as difficulty. It's not as bad. Fewer enemies to dispatch here, and you could use your bullet time. See, that's all the enemies there were right there. So I think I edited this next section out a little bit of me. No, I didn't. Of me just going around and getting stuff. But picking up that train of thought that I was on a moment ago. You won't really see me press the up button on the D-pad too often to actually use a painkiller, because I generally just like to have the game use it for me. And it's the same thing, but there's risks involved in that. Because you do have to kill, if you are getting auto-killed, if you are having the game auto-kill them for you, or auto-regenerate your health with that painkiller, you're going to have to kill the guy who felled you. So this part right here, not too bad, because we have the advantage of being up here. So take these guys out. This FAL gun is very powerful, but obviously we need to get headshots for it to work to our best advantage, and that guy tagged me. So I'm actually not doing as well as I probably could have, but it's tough. I would have had to gone through this chapter again and practiced even more, but I thought that I was doing well enough. Sometimes I go through these stages where if I'm getting killed even one time, I get pissed off and then I restart. And that's just how I'm just a real stickler for trying to do well. And it's not even about the guide, and it's not about, trying to be a perfectionist. It's just that I get pissed off when I know I can be doing better. So right here, this was a great opportunity to take this guy out. I didn't know he was the last guy, but fortunately he was. So here's Giovanna over here waiting for us. We're going to go through the door here. And here's the next fight. I did all this without taking any single damage. So that's how cautious you can... I mean, that's how cautious you need to be sometimes. And to not take damage while you're on these stairs is pretty honorable. And, you know, I'm not trying to brag. I don't like to brag. You know, I do have an ego, but this channel and all these guys, it's not to feed my ego. It's to have fun. There may be a little bit of that subconsciously, but there goes a guy tripping right there. But this is how the stair mechanic works. And the next chapter is, I believe we're in the Caribbean and we're on the boat. It's the least of my favorite chapters. In fact, it's the chapter I detest the most. And so pretty much if I'm in a bad spot, I try to just do bullet time and just get out of the way. The bullet time regenerates pretty well in this game. It really does. It's based on getting kills, getting headshots, and just staying in battle. I don't think you can just stand in one spot and just have it regenerate. I think you need to put in the time, you need to be moving around, you need to be hitting enemies for it to regenerate. So I've got 3 painkillers here, and I'm doing pretty well. And I need to get off these damn stairs because they're tripping me up, so to speak. So there's more enemies. I just can't see them, so I'm gonna have to be very careful as I see. Oh, okay, there he showed his ugly fucking face across the way right there. There he is. And this guy is like a pseudo charger. He seems to charge a little bit, but he likes to go behind cover. And all these situations, it's gonna vary. But if you can get the core mechanics of this game down, you should not be suffering too much. I imagine a lot of people who are first playing this game on hard mode will suffer a lot, like I did. So I thought this was the last guy because it had this. And this is the bullet cam. I mean, that's what it says in my manual that it does. But with no recession of them, or you know, without the music dying down, I pretty much was not taking any chances still. You know, if the music stops, see this guy? There we go. That guy didn't even know where the hell I was. And so I imagine that there's absolutely no checkpoint even up here after you kill all these guys. And I think there's one more guy downstairs you have to kill, and then we'll get a checkpoint. But I didn't even take a single hit over here, and I was really proud of this. It was a good run. But make sure you stock up on inventory. And there's going to be a painkiller in this room right here, I believe. See how hard these are? Well, those are concealed right there. I don't think there's anything in that room. Normally, if there's an empty room, it's because there was a golden gun piece, and I got it in my other run. So just be careful as you come down the stairs here. You know, swap shoulders. Do the trick that I've been teaching you since day one. There we go. There's the guy. But I didn't get a bullet cam, so I was still being suspicious about who might be down here. And that's a failing of the game. I mean, if the game... Because I've read this manual, the game's got a decent manual. And it says that the last guy you kill, you get this bullet time, or quote-unquote, it's a patented term by Rockstar. It's called the bullet cam. Or the kill cam, rather. The kill cam feature. So that should come up every single time. And when it doesn't, I'm just confused, and I don't know if I should, you know, go back and cover. And I always end up going back and cover because, hell, why would I want to die when I've been doing exceptionally well? Anyway, we need to just hit this switch over here that Giovanna is nearby. This sequence here, someone has detained her, so just shoot the guy in the head, and we have saved her. And then this next sequence, this is the part where the title comes into play. Driver shoots sister. So obviously she can't shoot very well, so she's going to be the driver or the shooter. And I did this section and the next section without ever dying, so that should give you guys some hope that this is not too tough. See the health bar right by his bullet time meter in the bottom? It's just like in the boat earlier in the game. So make sure you definitely take out those fuel tanks there to destroy all those guys. And this is pretty generous with the hit distribution here. I was really surprised that I wasn't getting, you know, just torn up really quickly here. But again, bullet time is extremely indispensable here. Need to use that constantly.
Yeah, I see it.
But pretty much, it's the health is based on the health, or if you want to say that, the health of the bus, the resiliency of the bus. So I think that's pretty much it until we collide over here. Oh, there's a couple more thugs here. See, the thugs, they don't kill you, they just harm the bus. And then once the bus is, you know, quote-unquote dead, then that's the end of it. But this didn't even give me a single problem here, and I wasn't even being very accurate at you over here either. I mean, I got fairly close to dying, but I was not sweating. That's the important thing you should know. I was not sweating during this scene, nor in the next sequence. The next sequence is tough though because you can't move. You cannot. You're locked into place here. I don't even think you could swap shoulders. So what you want to do here is shoot. Just shoot everything. Shoot the cars. They'll explode and kill people. I think the hardest part for me when I was playing this on hard mode, and it came into play like right here, because when you're in the down but not out status, you have to kill the enemy who felled you, obviously, but there's so much smoke that sometimes you can't see where the guy is, or some of the environmental geometry is getting in your way and you can't hit them. Like the enemy will be behind a car and you can't hit him or something like that. So I struggled like hell when I was doing this on hard mode, but now I knew what was going on in totality, so I did not perish here. So just keep using bullet time. Try to get your headshots. Don't linger in cover. And it's nice when they throw the grenades that it goes into its own bullet time, and it's very manageable. So what else to say about here? Yeah, that's probably your biggest problem. So if you want to avoid that problem I mentioned of trying to find the guy, just do just pop painkillers rather than have the game auto use them for you. That way, you know, you're not going to be stuck trying to find the guy amidst all the smoke and chaos.